Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, how's it going? I think I called. I think you might have ended your show,
Yeah,
but
but
I was listening to you earlier.
no problem. This is the, I think you called right as we were ending the show. You want to add something that I can put at the end of the show?
Well, perhaps not. Perhaps this will be better, being that because I really wanted to talk to you anyway. Like I'm a big supporter. Name's Julius. Big supporter of what you're doing. Big supporter of the efforts. I've donated to you before. You might have seen Lived It. You might have seen it a couple of weeks ago.
Thank you.
Big
I
time
do
supporter,
appreciate
but
it. What's your name, sir?
Julius.
Look, I appreciate you, my friend. I really do.
Yeah, no, I know. I just wanted to run this by you and see what you thought.
Okay.
I was just thinking to myself, the progressive efforts, like how we've been moving along for, a few years going forward. I'm just thinking, would it make sense for us to latch on to certain issues even more so than certain candidates? I understand it's an election year, the most crucial year in the nation's history. I get it. But regardless, we're going to all vote blue no matter who, regardless. But what I'm saying is for progressives, for those of us who we embody what the Statue of Liberty stands for more than Democrat or Republican. For us, shouldn't we find certain issues like ready to mind would be something like gerrymandering? I was listening to what you said about Appalachia and how your daughter, and I've been there too when I was a kid. I'm in Queens, New York, but I've been out there, Southern Ohio, when I was a kid.
Right.
And the poverty is it's almost like a third world. You don't believe you're in North America. But something like gerrymandering heavily affects them too.
Right.
Just like for those of us that are Latino, Moreno, Italiano, they cut us up all the time. If progressives start attacking an issue like gerrymandering, which is a vestige of slavery, then how are they going to make the argument in 2-3 years' times that, they're all crazy or they're all far leftists or they're all socialists if we're the only ones fighting the fight that the original founders of the Republic fought?
Sir, first of all, I want to tell you that that idea is great. Believe it or not, is something that we have discussed before. If you notice, one of the pet peeve of politics done right is, in fact, Medicare for all. And that is one of the particular issues that we take on strongly. And again, I think a lot of people are going to see that as the coronavirus gets more prevalent. And it's like a lot of people not seeking help because of many reasons. Let's, Medicare for all and family leave, all of those things tie in together, right? And I think the coronavirus is going to bring that out in a lot of different ways. One, you get more transmission if people are scared to go to the doctor. Two, a lot of people are not going to say they're sick because they cannot afford not to go to work because they're poor, which means, again, if you have a system that doesn't have a strong social safety net, you're going to get a lot of sick people going to work. So I think the coronavirus is something that we should use as progressives, yourself, myself, and all others, as why it is that we must have a good social safety net to make sure that people have that to which they can hold on to when things don't go their way.
I would agree.
So I agree with you 100%, sir. And, during the live show, I'm still taping. So this is something that I will put out there on air as well, because your thoughts, what you've just said, is powerful. And I think the more we say this, we realize that it's not about party. Now, I've always called myself a progressive before I call myself a Democrat or a Republican or anything else. And right now, the progressives can move within the Democratic Party. They can't move, in my opinion, in the Republican Party. And I think based on the way you're speaking, both of us are in the Democratic Party because that is where progressive values can move forward.
Of course. But, I just feel like we're always going to get pigeonholed unless we start grabbing onto issues, because issues are the only thing that we can control.
Yes.
We'd love to believe that our candidates are righteous and moral, but whether due to their own efforts or not, when they get in office, they're suddenly swamped with lobbyists and interests that are not the interests that got them elected. So I just feel like if a small contingent of us sort of take issues instead of candidates and make the issues things that we owned as a caucus or whatever, I think that is the best path going forward. Because then when you think of those issues, you think of us, and it makes it where people can't define us in the future.
I agree with you 100%. And again, thank you for bringing that to the attention again.
Indeed.
And please call into the show earlier so we can get that voice and those comments online, because I'm going to put this online, but I mean, other people need to hear other people say what you've just said. So I really do appreciate that, sir.
Big up respect, brother. Big up respect.
Great.
Man.
You have a wonderful day, my friend. Great talking to you. Okay.
Likewise. Take care,
buddy.